One of the most confusing aspects of Federated Wiki is this orange halo that your documents sometimes get. And when your documents get that, you'll notice that the changes appear on your computer, but they don't actually appear on the web. You can make it go away by pressing this button here, and that updates the server. But what I found is that a lot of people, although I may explain how to get rid of this, don't grasp the underlying concept of what's going on here. And that can make life very frustrating for them. So in order to better explain what's going on here, I thought it might make sense to explain it in terms of something familiar to people. This is a Word document that I'm editing where the file itself is being saved to Microsoft's OneDrive, which is a Dropbox sort of thing. So if you go and you look at this and you see up here in the upper left-hand corner, it says upload pending because it couldn't save to my OneDrive. And if I come down here and I add some edits, none of these edits are going to flow up into the server, right? The only place that these edits actually exist is on my computer in this Word document. When I go to save it, it will save. But again, it's only being saved on my computer because there is no connection to OneDrive. When I open it again, I'll find that on this computer in Microsoft Word, the changes will be there, right? Again, on my computer in Microsoft Word, but not for anybody else who tries to access the document through my OneDrive account. The reason I couldn't save before might have been a bad connection. It might have been that I wasn't logged in. But the thing to remember is whenever I fix that problem, I can simply go up and I can try to save again. And now the server, once I do that, the server will have the same copy as Microsoft Word does, and all that confusion will cease. Now, if we were looking at this in a browser at documents on my OneDrive through Firefox and in Microsoft Word on my computer and say through some other application on my iPad, we would say, why does my iPad have a different version than Word on my laptop, have a different version than Firefox on my laptop? But in reality, only one thing is going on here. That is, there's a version of this stored in Microsoft Word which hasn't been updated to the server. All that orange rim is the same thing in Wikiland, right? So if I go to a page which I don't have permissions to edit, say I come here and I try to edit this, it's going to give me a yellow ring, orange halo, whatever you want to call it. When I click enter, see it, there's the orange halo, because I don't have permissions to edit this page. I'm not logged in here. And I can't log in, as a matter of fact, because this is actually Maha's site. And this is really no different than what we saw in Microsoft Word. In Microsoft Word, we had saved those edits in Microsoft Word. Here, they're being saved in Chrome on this particular laptop. Here's another example. I'm logged in here, but I'll pull out my Cat5 connection so that I'm not connected to the internet. And then you'll see if I go and I edit something here, because I'm not connected to the internet, the browser is going to say, well, I can't update the server, so let's just save this locally and notify the user by turning the page yellow. And at this point, even if I reconnect, right, any edits I make are still going to be in this offline mode. So I can add another line here, and even though I've plugged the Cat5 cable back in at this point, we'll see that it's still yellow. I actually have to go at this point and fork it back up to the server pressing this button and let the server know that try again to post this to the server. And that's really it. It's actually a really simple and really familiar concept. It's just people aren't used to thinking of their browser as an application. They tend to think of it as a window to the server, and that's why they get confused on particular operations like this. Once you're back on track, you can start editing again, and you'll see now your edits will stick. That's the underlying theory or explanation. In practical terms, when you see a page go yellow like this, check to make sure you're logged in. If you're logged in and it's your site, then maybe it was just an internet hiccup or something. Go and fork it back to the server and continue on your way. Or if your connection is having repeated problems, continue the edit in offline mode, and then when you're done with your edits, fork the full thing back to the server. And that's really all that you have to do. Almost all of these problems are related to hiccups, right, or people not being logged in into the place they need to be logged into. And if you watch those issues, you'll be fine. One other note, just notice that when you're logged in, that button at the bottom should say sign out, right? If you're not logged in, it will say something else. But it should say sign out if you're logged in.